All right, good day, everybody. Mike Manjos, and we're coming to you doing a next edition of Market Wrap. Obviously, I'm not on our trading floor like we typically are for Market Wrap. I'm actually coming to you from my kitchen. I think we're all in the same boat. We're all remote working and trying to continue moving on and doing business remotely. So we're going to continue to do what we've done on the show. We're going to change the format up slightly, but we'll go through it all and hopefully creating some interesting content for everybody to watch. So we have been still trading, and three watches. We always talk about what came in this week, and I had three really cool pieces. Didn't come across my desk, but come across my computer screen now. The first one is what we call an Audemars Star Wheel. A Star Wheel was something we used to see a lot more of in the 90s. It's a very cool complication with three discs that rotate around the dial and give you a display across the top. This particular one is rose gold, but it's a cool piece, gives a great read, something classic Audemars. Everybody thinks today of Audemars Royal Oaks and offshores, but they used to do some great dress pieces, these classic pieces, and I think this is just a great example that everybody will appreciate if you haven't seen one in a while. I hadn't seen one in a while, got very excited about it. Glad to have it in the collection again. The second piece we're going to talk about is a Patek Philippe annual calendar. This particular one is a 5135R. I actually am wearing my 5135 today, just, kind of to celebrate me showering, shaving, and getting dressed to work today. But I love the 5135. I love annual calendars. It's a great size for all of us who like a little bigger watches, and some of the Pateks sometimes get small. The 5135 is a perfect watch for that. Mine is yellow gold. The one we got in today is rose gold. I actually like it better. When I got mine, they only did the yellow. It was a gift, so I'll never get rid of it, but I love it. And the rose version is an awesome piece as well. And the third piece we took in this week is my Grail watch. I've talked about 5970s a million times. We have not had one in just almost 7 months. I checked this morning, and we bought in a 5970 Rose Perpetual Chrono. To me, if you look up Patek in the dictionary, that's the watch it should pop up. It is just gorgeous. Perpetual Chronograph, amazing piece. It's one of the few pieces in this market that still held up pretty well. And it's a piece we love to have and own. When a year and a half ago, we had 11 in inventory in all the different variations. This is now the sole one we have, and I'm treasuring it right now. Getting into the main meat of the market, it is obviously difficult times. The whole world has either shut down or slowed down to a point. We are starting to see more activity, especially in the last 3 or 4 days with everybody being home. And now people are reaching out, they're questioning, they're actually doing some buying as well. We've seen markets adjust. Prices have definitely come down almost across the board. We do a lot of trading in Rolex. It's one of the things I do every day. We got aggressive about 2 weeks ago and adjusted some of the premium sport models down. At the time, we had 13 Batgirls. We brought the price down to $12,950. We are now out. The Daytonas, we actually just put one up today, a ceramic Daytona, just under 20,000. Anybody who follows that, a week or two ago it was 21, 22. Now they're sub 20. And we're still seeing transactions happening. We're seeing the same thing in Pepsi's. We were, 16, 17,000 for the last few months. Now we brought them into the 15,000 range, and we sold out of those. So we are seeing transactions, but at a lower level. And I think this is what we're going to see for the next few weeks. We've seen a lot of activity in Submariners. Submariner was a watch that had gotten over retail. It is now back down to basically a retail piece. And we're seeing a lot of traction on it, and we'll see where this goes. Rolex also made an interesting announcement this week that they are postponing their new launches. So they have not specifically said they will not be launching this year, but originally they were going to present on April 30th, and now that's been pushed out indefinitely. We'll wait probably till later in the summer or the fall before we'll start seeing new products. Patek has also made an announcement in the last week or two. They are definitely not doing any 2020 introductions. So again, we won't see anything new. Deliveries are going to be slow for a while because obviously the factory is shut down, as is the headquarters in New York. So we're not going to see that. We are seeing great values in dress pieces. But what we're seeing is annual calendars, perpetual calendars have dropped substantially and really look like buys right now. I was talking to two of my clients this morning on annuals. They're great pieces in the 20s, where it used to be in the 30s. So these are things we're seeing trading on and we're seeing action on. We've seen the consistent expected flight to safety. Most of the interest we are getting is on Rolex and Patek. We're definitely seeing second-tier brands, your IWCs, your Jaegers, your Blancpains, slow dramatically, especially on the high end. It's a difficult time to spend a big amount on a watch anyways. And we're definitely seeing a push more towards the safe brands, the Pateks, the Rolexes, more traditional things than some of the second-tier brands. So I think that's going to continue. We have seen dealers making adjustments as well. We track a lot of the dealers in Japan. The prices there have dropped substantially. So we're seeing it across the board. We are also seeing the expected, a lot of people reaching out, making crazy low offers. We don't mind. We understand. People feel like there's an opportunity now, so why not try? There are not deals like that. I mean, you're not going to buy a Daytona for half the price it was a week or two ago. Have prices adjusted a little bit, and are there great buying opportunities? Absolutely. So, we don't mind. We understand people are going to make those kind of offers, but realistically, there are good values to be found. Not crazy, because the world, I think, truly believes we will get through this. It's going to take some time. We're going to be trading like this for a while. So this is the way we're learning how to adjust. We often finish the last segment with rising demands. It's hard to judge rising demands right now. So I kind of put a little different spin on it this week, and we're going to talk about what I think are long-term buys. Obviously, prices are down. This is the time you might look and say, hey, maybe it's the chance to buy something at a price. I want to buy waterfront property when the prices are down. So couple pieces that specifically come to mind, FP Journe tourbillons. They definitely shot up. They've softened up a little bit. There are opportunities. I don't think anybody's going to look back 10 years from now and say, oh, damn, I bought a Journe tourbillon when the prices were soft. It's certainly something that I would see investing in a difficult time. I really understand it takes a lot of courage to buy in these kind of environments, but anybody who's been through a few of these, and I have, this is the time when you really look back and say, hey, I was smart to jump into the market when things were down. The 5970 is my second piece, like we talked about above. Just never going to regret looking back and buying that piece. And the third area that I see opportunity is in specialty Daytonas. The Daytona is probably the most popular watch globally, has been for 30 years, maybe longer. I like looking at some of the specialty stone dials, the gold pieces, the green dial, the blue dial. They have come back again. Again, everything has adjusted down. Don't kid yourself. There's very few things that haven't gone down. So I think those are pieces that you might want to look at for a long-term buy. So just in closing, most importantly, we have plenty of time now. We're doing Instagram Live every day. Please follow our channel. It's great content. We had some really fun guests. We got more coming up. I was able to do a segment today with Armand. It was great. We look forward to doing those on an ongoing basis. Please give us feedback. We're happy to answer questions. We've got more time than we've ever had to do that. And it keeps us all engaged, keeps us positive. I like being busy, love talking watches. Please reach out to me, anybody in the team, follow the channel. And most importantly, stay home, stay safe. If we do follow this, we'll get through it faster. And then we can get back to being back on the trading floor and hanging out with all my friends and selling and buying watches. So again, until next time, that's our market rep.